How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel, and in this video we're going to be talking about Tesla stock, and we're going to go over the overall stock market. What are some important stocks to watch out for tomorrow? We have Google and Microsoft earnings that came out that can significantly change the sentiment for the overall stock market for tomorrow. So we're going to be looking at all these stocks and some key price point levels that we need to be watching out for these stocks. So make sure you stay tuned. We're going to talk about all this important information coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla stock that is down today, which is down more than 12%. We're staying at 12.18%. After hours also, it's going down a little bit. As you can see over here, today by itself is down $121. So we slowly sold off to the downside. This is mainly because of what's going on with Elon Musk acquiring Twitter. So there's still some question mark by investors about how the deal is going to affect Tesla stock. And as you can see, you can definitely see with the price action. So looking over what's happening with the overall stock market. As you can see, we sold off aggressively to the downside. We have Microsoft that announced their earnings. We're going to be looking at exactly how those earnings went. The stock is actually going up after they announced their earnings. Google also announced earnings actually is going down. We have Amazon, Facebook, Apple, their earnings are coming up. Tomorrow we have Facebook earnings. Later on, we're going to talk about in detail about Facebook earnings. What are some key price point levels to watch? But we have Tesla, as you can see, it's down 12.18% today. It is one of those stocks that aggressively sold off. So let's talk about exactly their. As you can see over here, we have Microsoft that is up more than 5% in the after hours. This is mainly because they beat their earnings. Also, we have Google that missed their earnings, but as you can see over here, it dropped more than 4%, but right now it's recovering a little bit. So tomorrow we might see a potential rally for Microsoft. Of course, if this can continue to the pre-market, it might potentially help the overall stock market to go a little bit higher. Now let's go over and look at a detailed breakdown of these stocks. What are some important key price point levels to watch and some predictions for tomorrow. So as you can see, we have Microsoft that is bouncing back pretty good in the after hours. It's up now 6.17%. So if we have a continuation move tomorrow, we might potentially see Microsoft going all the way up to the upside. It's going to be opening up right around over here. It's going to be fantastic if it can sustain the gains that it made in the after hours tomorrow. It can definitely help the overall stock market. So we had a pretty solid support level. As you can see over here, it stopped selling off at around $270 area. So it's actually have a very good support. So hopefully we have a continuation move to the upside tomorrow. So if you have a very aggressive bounce, we might potentially see Microsoft getting close to $300 if we have a massive bounce with the overall stock market. So now let's talk about, of course, Google, which announced their earnings. Unfortunately, they missed. As you can see, they are down 3.5%. Key price point level to watch out for Google is going to be $2,300. This is a whole number, so it can definitely be a great support area. If it's sustained, it can stay above this price point level. So now let's talk about Tesla stock. So as you can see over here, we had this massive sell-off that happened today. Unfortunately, we were holding this $1,000 area pretty good. We were just trading above it and going below it, trading above it, going below it. As you can see today, with that Twitter deal going through, we have this massive sell-off that happened. So investors are definitely having a big question mark when it comes to how the deal is going to be financed. Is there going to be a potential impact with Tesla? That is why you're seeing this kind of a price action with Tesla stock. So now let's talk about what are some key price point levels to watch. So the lowest that we saw Tesla stock go was around $700. This is mainly because of the Ukraine-Russia war. The stock market reacted aggressively to the downside and it sold off. As you can see, we bottomed out. We bounced back from this level, and then we tested again around $750. And the next key price point level to watch for Tesla is around $850. So that is just a whole number. That's a psychological number for people to use. Maybe they want to buy in, or if they have their stop losses and things like that, because that is going to be a very, very important price level to watch at. So $850 keep an eye on it. If it breaks below $850, we have a good support at 800, and if it breaks below 800, we have $750, around $750. So I don't think we're gonna go below. I don't think we're gonna go below $800. That's just my personal opinion. I think we can definitely bounce back tomorrow because we have this awesome earnings that came out from Microsoft. So let's talk about also what are some massive earnings coming out tomorrow. So we have Boeing that's going to be announcing earnings, Spotify announcing earnings before the market open tomorrow. So that's going to be really interesting to see. And after the market close, we have Facebook and PayPal announcing their earnings. So Facebook has been pretty nasty in the past. We're going to be looking at the price action. What are some key price point levels to watch? As you can see over here, we had this massive drop that happened last time Facebook announced their earnings report, and it continuously went to the downside. It bounced back up at around $1,890. It was a pretty good support. It bounced back again, retested it, but unfortunately right now it's looking at as breaking down. So it's going to be really interesting to see what Facebook, how their earnings is going to be like. We might potentially see a drop like Netflix. That's just my guess, but they might be a big surprise too. So definitely keep an eye on Facebook. When you look over at the overall stock market too, as you can see today, it had a pretty significant sell-off. We're looking at SPY S&P 500 ETF. As you can see over here, we're sitting at a support area of around 415. So the lowest that we can possibly expect the S&P 500 to sell off tomorrow is to go to the support area of around 410, 49. So this was the lows that we made when Russia and Ukraine war broke out, and we had this massive news, and it gapped down to around 410, and then it quickly bounced back up again, and then it tried to retest it, and it bounced back from this level. So we're testing this pre-support level from this price point level. So just be on the lookout for that. If tomorrow, if we break down, if we get a continuation move like that happened like today, we might potentially even go even lower. But I think that if the lowest that we can go tomorrow is around 410, we might see a bounce tomorrow because Microsoft earnings was fantastic. So Microsoft could end up helping the overall stock market and the NASDAQ, and we know Tesla is also in the overall stock market too, so it can definitely get some form of a bounce. And if we get any kind of a bounce, I think we can get a significant bounce with Tesla, because this was a nasty sell-off that we experienced today. Let me know in the comment section below, what are you expecting tomorrow with Tesla? Did you buy the massive dip that we have today? Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, if you're new to the channel too, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell, and if you want free stocks too, check out the links in the description box below. But I catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.